Hello, hello, everybody. Hi.
Hello.
To answer your question, Sophie, we have 7 viewers, it says.
Hello.
And I love you all.
We do.
Even though 2 of those people are probably us.
Self-love, it's important.
Well, I know one of them's not me because I just copied, like, in the pop-out chat, I just copy-pasted the link into the window that the video would be in, and that is how I solved the issue of the pop-out chat. Fucking closing on me.
I closed the window and kept the pop-out chat, too. Now we have
Hello,
some people.
everyone. Hi. Don't mind me just being a mess today. It's fine.
It's okay.
I already spilt soy sauce on my pants like an hour ago,
Oh,
so
no.
like we're all a mess.
You're poor
If
pants.
you ever see that I've liked my own like tweet or something, it's usually I went to hit retweet and then I liked my tweet and I'm like,
Yep.
fuck it, I like me.
Just own
It's fine.
Honestly, everyone should like their own tweets because if you didn't like it, why did you post it?
Exactly. That's very wise.
A lot of stuff up there.
Oh, my aunt posted as of today, and I kept misreading it as all of my sons have the last name Dirts, and I'm like, yes, they what? She said my son's kids. That's my nibblings. I guess my cousin's oldest now has his last name. But I was just so confused. I'm like, yes, Zach and Sean have had that last name for many, many years. What? So just to give everybody a little heads up, my anxiety is really spiked today, which I don't think it's ever been spiked during a live stream before. So if I seem a little weird or a little off, that's why. I mean, y'all are used to my brain fog, but this is just a little different. At least to me. I don't know if anybody else notices. Nope, it's stream promo. At least I remembered to post us on Instagram.
Yeah,
and
I was very impressed. I opened Instagram and saw that you had already posted.
I try to do it an hour before we go live. I give myself but it's like in reality there's a 15-minute window before 6 and after 6 that I might post it. So it's like a 30-minute window. But on the flip side, we should already know you like it because you posted it. So liking something you posted is either a double negative or redundant. Or I just like myself that much.
Or it's a double positive.
We already know that my ego is not small. Baby, I can't help you right now. I'm streaming. Do a skyward slash.
Is not playing a video game, just actually fighting goblins.
He's actually,
like being attacked by monsters, and you're like, I can't help you right now.
I'm busy right now.
Slash him.
We got Skyward Sword because we got the one for the Switch because it just came out, and I was like, Gabe, look, it's a new. Well, it's old, but it's a new for the Switch Zelda. And he was like, have you played this one? I'm like, yes, I beat that one when your brother was born. And he's like, oh. The motion controls really stress him out, though, which, to be fair, the motion controls are... Skyward Sword has to be the most difficult Zelda to play, just like technically, since the ones on the old consoles. Oh, God. But they do have a mode you can switch to where it's buttons only, which is supposed to be much easier. Also, the motion controls are supposed to be more concise, which is great for, somebody like me who's older and played the first one and, is used to it. But he's 8 and this is the first time he's playing a game like this. So he's like, I hate everything. And like twice now he's brought it to me and he's like, Mom, I suck. And I'm like, baby, it's not you. It's the game. It's just really hard. And then he sees me like struggling for a little bit and he feels better.
I never finished that game, honestly. It was hard.
So far, Fi no longer holds your fucking hand every 2 seconds, which was my biggest issue with it.
Yeah.
And I switched it to buttons only for him, and he got so mad. He's like, I hate it. And I'm like, you were so stressed and struggling with the motion controls, but okay. And I put the motion controls back now. So he's figuring it out. He'll just be angry till he gets better at it, I guess. Which, that's my child.
That's life.
That's life.
Scary until you're good at something.
Even sometimes when you're good at it.
Yeah. Life is rage.
Life is rage.
Oh my gosh!
You take anything away from this game.
Yep.
What was it? A TikTok or Instagram reel? I think I sent it to you, Matt, because it was like the zodiacs when they're angry or something, and it gets to Virgo, and it's like, why are you stupid? And I was like, oh my god, it's me and Matt.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Oh
like
gosh! Anytime someone is dumb, just done.
I like that the implication is either the only time Virgo is mad or the most common reason Virgo is mad is because other people are
stupid and they shouldn't be.
We just have such high hopes for everybody. All right. I think we're far enough in that I can make y'all do your intros. So do them.
Okay, I'll go.
If you don't want to go, I can switch you and Matt's spot real quick just to mess with Matt. I haven't messed with him in a while.
That.
I'm holding on tight. Ah! All right, look at that. I'm on top. Hi, I'm Matt Hollon. I'm a writer. I've got a pirate short story that'll maybe be in an anthology soon. If so, I'll post all about it and flaunt it. So look out for that eventually. I'm also working on my debut fantasy novel. Gonna be working on that tonight. Getting really close to finishing that first draft, so that's cool. And I got some social medias down below where I complain about June bugs and how I want them all to die. Check them out.
I saw that tweet earlier.
I can get into that later, why I hate June bugs so much.
That's the tip of the iceberg, I just want you to know.
Sophie, go ahead.
I'm Sophie Lina B. I am a writer and freelance illustrator. I'm currently working on my debut novel, which is a young adult illustrated fantasy romance called The Rebel Bard. That is on about draft 3. I'm currently revising it after, more revisions and more revisions forever. I have some social medias where I post about my art and my writing sometimes. That should be in the description. That's about everything.
Do you are you still in the part where you're adding in the character perspective, or did you finish?
I just recently finished adding all of those, so now I'm just kind of doing like another sort of sweep
to make sure
there's some specific plot points that I need to smooth out a little bit that I'm working on right now.
I thought you were done adding in the other POV, but I'm like, I can't remember.
I can't remember who I told, to be honest, so don't worry about it.
I think you announced it in a server that we're both in, so.
Okay.
My brain's just somewhere.
No, that's fine. So is mine.
Maybe they ran off together.
Mm-hmm. They eloped. I'm so happy for them.
Aw.
Anyways.
I am writing Mom Smith. I am writing Mom Smith Nasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. On Mondays, we host live streams like this where we do sprints sometimes. Other times, we just talk about whatever I want, like last week when we talked about Sailor Moon, the first movie, Promise of the Rose. Was that last week? I'm pretty sure that was last week. I also post videos about all the things. Mostly writing and parent things, but sometimes I mix it up and just do a fun video about whatever I feel like, and I throw vlogs in there. You can find all my social medias down below. You can sign up to my newsletter to keep up to date with all things Sam. If you would like to help support the channel because you like what we do here, I have a Ko-fi linked down below.
Give Sam money.
And I'm trying to remember if that is all the things. I think that's all the things for the moment. If you would like to see a sample of my writing, I have a flash fiction on my website. It's called Till Pizza Do Us Part. I theoretically will have another short story up this year before December. It's either going to be Not For Her or All that
Murder.
glitters. I could only remember murder. I was like, it has a real title. What is it? All that glitters, which is my short story that is villainous, that may be in the same thing Matt's may be in, or might be on my website. I don't know. We'll know by the end of September. Fox said that I should warn everybody brain fog is my norm. So that's a thing. I think that's everything. Is that everything? That's going to be everything for the moment. And we will start our first sprint in a few minutes. How was everybody's weekend?
Oh, not bad. I played Uno. That game's intense. And I learned that you can keep score. Didn't know there was like a scoring system in Uno until Saturday night.
I think there is.
Yeah.
I just don't
I read the instructions for the first time in my entire life.
Nobody has ever read those
and I'm like, how about that? There's point values and like I thought each like round was a game and that was it.
Yeah.
You ran out of cards, you won, everyone else lost, move on.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it's a continuous cycle of hatred.
If just correct me if I'm wrong, if I remember correctly, because I think I read the rules when I was a teenager and just immediately noped. But like, isn't it after somebody Unos, you're pointed based on the number of cards you have left in your hand if you're not the person who Unos?
Basically. So like someone runs out of cards, everyone else looks at their cards, puts them on the table, and the cards have a point value to them. So like the numbers have whatever the number is. Non-number cards are worth 20, wild cards are worth 50. And you want to have as few points as possible. And it's first one to 500 points loses. And then once that happens, everyone checks their scores, and whoever has the least points wins.
The cards have point values? That's so much.
Right?
I cannot believe I remembered that.
Yeah, well done.
Reading it as a teenager.
I played on Saturday, and I barely remember it.
But I forgot to say what I was working on today. I was going to work on critiques for one of my critique partners today. I may attempt it and then see how my anxiety fucks with me. And worst come to worst, I will be playing Age of Calamity on the Switch during the sprints. We'll see.
Good productivity.
Yes. Oh, over my weekend, me and my husband went on our yearly anniversary trip. We are both fully vaccinated for COVID. My 2 weeks to be considered fully vaccinated was Friday. So
Whoa.
We were like joking that I was like, I must be fully masked and everything Friday, and then I can go hog wild Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I did not go hog wild, so everyone knows. It was just a joke.
Just licking doorknobs, just getting all the germs you can.
Yeah. No,
Can't die. You're immortal.
One of the things I like about Gatlinburg is like most of the shops like all have the hand sanitizer and stuff, and for a tourist city, it was still like, you know, people were still trying to be very safe about things. Like when we went to the catfish place, the line to pay was like only the person paying should be in line. Everybody else go outside. So I was like, well, I guess I have to go outside now. Because my oldest was very sad same night when I was putting him to bed, and he was like, I don't know how long you guys are gonna be gone. I took a Link plush with me and had Link adventures in my Instagram stories, which if you miss those, fear not. I plan to compile them because I saved them to share in my Discord, Michael's Discord. He has a little server, and I put it there. So I'm going to be compiling them and making TikToks of Link's adventure over the weekend. So if you follow me on TikTok, you'll be able to see those. I'm really sad though, because like I put music on 2 of them. I put Hello Darkness, My Old Friend, when Link and I were waiting for Chris to come back because he has to pee during road trips and I don't, so I just never leave the car. And then there's another one when we're on our way home. It was like, Country Roads Take Me Home. But apparently when you save those from Instagram, it does not save the sound. And I'm
Mhm.
like, why? Did I do it wrong? It's fine. I'll just find the songs on TikTok and re-add them. Maybe. Yes, just had a very adorable weekend as well. Finished up the final exams. Yee-hoo! Thank you. I was posting them. I started posting them in Instagram mainly because that way I could add the like captions and stuff, and then just save them. And like the first couple, I just accidentally hit send to my stories, and I was like, "Fuck it." But then I had a few people who were like, "Oh my god, these are amazing." I was like, "Well, I guess I have to post all of them now." Yes, child.
Can you give me a hug?
Yeah, you can give me a hug. I was very suspicious of that hug. I don't know if you saw my face. But yes, Link had several fans. There when we were in Anarchista, I was taking a picture of Link in this one spot, and this little girl was like, Is that Link from The Legend of Zelda? And I'm like, yeah, that's Link from The Legend of Zelda. And she's like, is it yours? And I'm like, that's very much mine. And she's like, oh, okay, that's cool. If it wasn't yours, I was gonna take it. I was like, someone was gonna Link nap him.
Oh my gosh.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. I also, every time, like, an employee would, because we went to a few different things, and employees would, like, talk to us, you know, with their sales pitches and stuff. They'd be like, you guys are drinking ages, right? And I'd be like, I'm 30, he's 32. And twice, the employees were, like, trying to do their sales speech and then just stopped, and they're like, you are not 30. Like, you are not 32. You two do not look that old. And I'm like, at least they're not asking us if we're legal anymore, just for drinking age. We finally graduated to 20.
You guys did it.
There was at the moonshine tasting, we showed the woman our IDs, and she looks at our IDs and she's like, okay. And then she turns around to do something, and she comes back and she's like, can I see your ID again? And I'm like, I'm 30. The 19 should be all you need to see. And she's like, yeah, I can't believe you're 30. And I was like, and here I thought I was starting to look my age. I was like, yeah, I'm like, I've put on a little weight over the year or so. I'm like, maybe I finally look my age. It's like, no, I don't. It's fine though. I'll take looking over 20.
See, I'm at the point where, like, I get a little offended when I don't get carded somewhere. Because I'm like, come on. Like, I'm not that old. Like, I look like I should be carded. I look like I'm up to something.
I just get offered alcohol at restaurants.
Sophie's like, I can't relate to you, bitches. Like, I get the stink eye when I complain about the fact that, like, I would get carded and stuff, and I'm like, y'all don't understand. It's not fun when you're 25 plus and people are hassling you because they don't believe you're 18. Like, it's annoying. But now I'm finally at a point where it's flattering. I finally got there. So
when my sister was 23 and married, she got carded trying to go to an R-rated movie.
Oh my gosh, that happened to my friend who's also 23 and married.
What?
Bruh, I was 22 or 23. We had Michael. No, okay, so I was probably 22. We had Michael. I was pregnant with Gabriel. We go out for Mother's Day. Mothers are supposed to eat free at the place we went. We see that my thing was charged. We just wanted to know if the promotion was over or something. And we asked the waitress, and she looks at me and she's like, oh my God, you're a mother? And I'm like, this is my son?
Where do you think I found this little boy?
My other baby? Like,
yeah.
what? I need to know what she thought of Chris, who I had clearly kissed several times during this meal. That's all I need to know. Because I'm like, so confused. I would 100% ID the frat.
I would too.
Yeah.
If I was trying to buy alcohol from me, I would
I'm
card
24 and I don't get carded because my hair already doing gray. Going gray.
So if you don't want to get carded, just get that
Gray
touch of
hair.
gray, men's touch of gray, and that's how you can get alcohol
I don't
without
know.
getting carded.
Chris is getting the snow pepper. Salt and pepper. Snow pepper. Salt and pepper in his
sounds
beard.
cooler.
Snow pepper does sound cool.
Snow pepper now. Like
Yeah, I like that.
he clearly has stark white. Like he's not graying. He's just going stark white in his beard. And I'm like, even with your salt and pepper, which is now snow pepper, they still don't believe you're over 30. Fox is making fun of me now for having a baby face. All right, we should start sprinting soon.
I'm curious
Yes,
if
go
chat had to guess our ages. If they don't, well, they know how old you are.
Chat,
But
how
I
old
want
do you?
chat to guess our ages.
Okay, guess their ages. Tell me how old you think I am. I will accept serious and comedic answers. Anything below 18 may get you side-eyed, though. Like,
Okay, my guess for Sam is 898, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like you've mentioned that before.
I cannot reveal my true age.
Yeah.
While I get our timer out. Fox said Sam 21, Sophie 19, Matt 39.
You're right. He nailed it.
He did.
Perfect. Sorry, for my computer was not letting me click on the search bar so that I could find us a timer. Matt is 27, Sophie is 24.
No comment.
I will reveal the answers later if they want me to. If not, y'all are just going to have to wonder.
Maybe
Sam
at
is
the end of the
34 because she has kids, and I'm 38 with 3 kids. I'm currently getting the timer set up and ready. But we're going to wait another minute because we're at the 23, and I'd rather wait till the 24.
24 is a really good number, and 23 isn't.
Matt gets me.
Yeah, I get it.
So does Sophie.
Why would you start anything on a prime number? You just shouldn't do it. 24, that's a cool one.
I'm upset that more people are not guessing our ages.
I feel so seen. I need to know my chat went. There it is. Well, there's only 10 people here, and 3 people have already guessed.
True.
Come on, guys.
That's a third of the audience already. I clicked on my Facebook just reflexively, and I saw the post from my aunt, and again, I misread it and got confused.
Huh?
Like, what do you mean? That's the kind of day I'm having. It's gonna be great. Oh, okay. I see which of my nibblings. There's another post that just popped up on my feed that says which of them's last name was changed. I was wrong. It was my other cousin. Except Jess is 34 and has 0 kids. Jess, where's your guesses?
Yeah.
Jess might know. I don't know why.
Matt, I think, is 24 to 25. Sophie, I think, is younger. 20, maybe? We shall see. Well, I mean, I won't know. But...
I thought Jess might know.
3, a 2, a 1, a go. Oh, Jess knows. Therefore, she is not guessing. Hello, hello, and we're back. How did
We're back.
everybody do? Oh, let me put the break timer on. I signed all 3 of my children up for their laptops for the coming school year because, like, last year, our school system decided, you know what, giving all of the kids access to a laptop that they could take home if they needed to, we're just going to do that for the rest of eternity. So that's what they're doing now. And then I started. So my main email that I use for family stuff is also the email that I have used since, I don't know, I was 17 or 18. So, a millennia ago. Therefore, it's subscribed to many, 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 many things. And I have another email that's basically just that email subs that I slowly was converting everything to. So now every once in a while, I'll just go through and unsubscribe to a bunch of things on my primary family email until I'm just tired of it for the day. And I'm slowly getting rid of everything that's not like family stuff or things that I consider high priority, like webtoons and my Nintendo account. I need those alerts like on my primary. So that's what I started doing.
I wrote about 90 words and listened to the same song over and over, trying to choreograph a fight scene in my noggin.
What song?
Nice.
Welcome to the Family by A Day to Remember.
I don't know it.
I've sent it to you like 5 times.
I'm so sorry. I probably know it if I heard it or saw the link. I just don't know it.
It's the one that you said reminded you of The Thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, Sophie. I couldn't even say your name right. I very, very seldomly remember a song by its actual title. So to this day, I look up songs with the wrong lyric instead of the title, which apparently, according to search engines, a lot of people do too, because they always find it for me. So
I know songs that I like by the title. But if someone sends me a song, I won't know. Like there's that one song Matt likes with the ape noise in the beginning.
Yeah. You know the one.
Do you know the one?
I know the one, yeah.
Okay, good.
It's Come and Get It by I Prevail.
Oh, okay.
It has an ape noise.
Kinda.
Anyways, I opened my document, but I've done so many revisions at this point that like the tweaks that I need to make in order to smooth out the arcs that I'm trying to smooth out are very small. And in like a 110,000 word document, it's very easy to get distracted on the way to the next the next revision that I need to make. So I didn't actually make any progress, but I thought about it.
I'm very, very guilty of just going back and rereading my own things. Like,
yeah, I kind of just did that.
Anytime I have to go back and look at a previous chapter, I end up just reading the whole chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love my writing too much.
Right? I just go, good job, Matt.
Yeah, I was just reading this chapter that was so cute. You'll see it one day. Everyone. The world.
Sorry, I was burping. Matt, I think, is 24 to 25. Sophie's younger, 20. I think I read that one. Yes, and it just knows. Matt's 26. Sophie's 22. Pretty sure Sophie's only 18. Matt's 24 to 26. And Sam is around my age, early to mid 30s. Sam.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I will not reveal my age yet, but I will say that I feel like the person you're thinking of is probably CB, who is 18.
Yeah, CB just turned 18 in January.
Yeah. That's probably who you're thinking of.
Sam is closer to my age, so I'm thinking 33. So I don't know if all the early 30s guesses are for sure. And I appreciate the 33 though, because that is the next age I'm looking forward to number wise, because it's pretty. But I am 30 on the dot. So, well, technically, I will be 31 next month, but that's an ugly number, so we don't speak of it. We don't speak of my age till 33. That's how it's gonna be.
You are
Okay.
30 until you're 33.
That sounds
You know what?
good.
I'll
We can do
accept.
that.
I'll accept 32 as well because it's
Not just not 31.
Just not 31. It's a bad.
It's not 31. This
bad
is like
number.
29. It's like 29 all over. Got 4
So-
pages edited.
Are we revealing our ages?
If you want to.
Okay. Well, y'all are all wrong. I'm 22. I am not an adult. I'm not.
I was trying to wait for a moment to swallow my drink so I wouldn't choke. It was not coming.
Yeah.
Working on my reading planner. Oh yeah, 4 pages edited. Woohoo! Sticky notes. I prevail.
Do
They
you know
good.
the ape song, Cody?
The ape song, as it is known.
Yeah.
So also, if it makes you feel better, Sophie, when Cody said I prevail, I'm sitting here like, the fuck? Oh wait, Matt reacted. Maybe it's the song that he just spoke of less than 10 minutes ago.
Was that Link in the background?
That was my child.
Okay.
Close enough.
Yeah.
350. Ah, yeah.
Good.
I finished rearranging the bedroom furniture during the sprint. Now I can relax and write. Ah, yeah.
Woo.
Honestly, the 30s are the ageless time, I suppose.
I will not reveal my age. Nobody gets to know it unless you already know it.
That's fair.
That's my policy from here on out.
I don't particularly care about ages. I know a lot of people, especially women, once they hit their 30s, they say it's amazing because then they stop giving a fuck. Who stopped giving a fuck very early in my life, don't
At
have
no point
that.
did you have a fuck to give. You would never have them.
There was a point when I had a fuck to give. It was just I didn't give fucks, and then the world judged me for so harsh for so long. It actually made me spiral into a meltdown, and I had fucks to give, and then I had no fucks to give again at 26. So it's like there was only a small between like 23 and 26. That was my window of fucks. Now they're gone. They're just gone again. So
I don't care about ages. I just have a dream of being mysterious, even though I tell people lots of details about myself unprompted. So I'm just going to keep this one to myself.
You're like a mysterious villain that just drops hints about themselves.
Yeah.
I just there's certain numbers I find prettier than other numbers, and so I look forward to being those numbers and then not the other ones. So also I have a timeless face. Oh, like I was talking to Jess. I don't remember if we were in call or just texting, but I told her I'm like I've had the same face my entire life, and I showed her a picture of like me. Oh wait, I think I have the picture right here. Hold on. And I just showed her the picture, and she's like, "Your face it really doesn't change." And I'm like, "No."
Oh my gosh. Wait, how long ago was this?
How long ago I want y'all to guess?
I have
how long ago do you
no
think?
Okay, I'm going to guess that was 14 years ago.
I was going to say 10.
I'm going to guess you're 16 in that picture.
Yeah, I'm going to say 10 years ago.
So Matt thinks 16, Sophie thinks 20.
20, yeah.
What does chat think? I'm tired of holding it. Also, I hope my sisters don't get mad at me because their faces were on screen for like 30 seconds. I can't get it back in my little photo album. I say I hope my sisters don't get mad at me, and then I'm like, this is like half of the dozen. No, actually, that's 9 of us. So that's 9 of the dozen. Or 8. Hold on. 1, 2, 3.
I was really
4,
trying to
5,
find a
6,
9.
7, 8. There's 8. Sorry. No. There are 4 missing. My Uncle Kenny's 3, and then my Uncle Buddy's oldest is missing from that. But that's all of us. Back when they were all shorter than me. What does Fox say? Please, that was yesterday. Plot twist, it was last week.
I'm going to be very impressed if I got this right.
Jess is I Prevail is great, especially
good.
in trashy as fuck basement bars in Columbus. I just had a moment where I was like, did I start the timer? I'm doing good today, everybody. The greatest. Sometimes when I go to my author email and there's more than like 2 email, because at the moment I have the Murmur beta stuff still in my primary because I haven't finished putting it all in this document. Because the trends were very obvious. I didn't have to put everything in to read the trends. But I still need to compile my data so that for my archives. And then I'll move the emails. But every time I go in there, I'm like, why the fuck do I have so many emails in here?
From who?
Oh, the betas. I see. I don't like having emails not in all of my subfolders. They need to be there. RP says, I'd guess middle school age, so 12 to 15. That doesn't sound right for me for middle school. Yeah, because I was 13. I was either 12 or 13 when I entered 9th grade. Hold on. To the, let's see, senior year, 17. Junior year, 16. Sophomore, 15. Freshman. Wait, did I do that right? 17, 16, 15, 14. Okay, so yeah. 13, 12. So 11 to 13 was mine.
So were you like one of the younger in your grade? See, my parents did the opposite. So like I was 18, 17, 16, 15.
Yeah, I want to say half of my friends were all a year older than our grade because they had late year birthdays, and the other half were average. And like when I found somebody in my grade that was younger than me, it was like, what alien?
Who are you?
Because our birthday is August 30th, and the cutoff in Kentucky, where I went to kindergarten, was September or something. So I like slid in there. Anna is also saying 15. Sorry, very important DM I had to respond to. There were guys in my grade who turned 19 before we graduated, and I was I would have been 17 when I started college. If I had started college the year I graduated high school. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. So that was my end of the year age, but like at the beginning of the year I was always a year younger, so a year. Yeah. For a month of school, because our school starts like super early in August. So the first few weeks I was very, very much younger than everybody. And it got even worse in high school because I took advanced classes, and something about the classes I selected versus the classes the other advanced kids in my grade selected, I was like one of 2 freshmen in biology class.
Yeah.
And everybody else in my biology class were juniors who needed the science credit or seniors who had failed biology and needed the science credit. So the other freshmen like slept most of the time, so I was known as the smart freshie. Also, I was the favorite of a lot of the girls who did not want to dissect anything.
Yeah.
Because like the first time I was partnered with somebody, she was like, oh, I don't want to cut into this. I just got my nails done. And I'm like, just take notes because your handwriting's like 1,000 times prettier than mine. And I will do all of the disgusting part. And after that point, I was fought over. They were like, no, I'm taking her.
See, when I was in biology, we only did 1 dissection, and each group got a different animal, and my group got a perch. And I'm like, that's really boring. Like, I've cleaned a fish before. This is nothing new.
We did like a frog, a fish. I forgot what the other 2 were. But yeah, we did a couple.
I did a frog in
Turned
7th grade.
My senior year because New Year's baby. Woohoo, New Year's. Oh, excuse me. But I was quite envious of all of my classmates who got cars before we were done with school. I was like, bastards. Especially since not having a mode of transportation, I got left out of a lot of things. I was like, y'all can come pick me up, you assholes. None of you love me.
See, I was in the nice position of having older siblings.
I can
And
still smell the formaldehyde.
I had older siblings that could drive me to places. And also friends that were also kind of on the older side of our grade that would drive me to places.
Sibling.
So I had no motivation to get my driver's license. So I didn't do that until I was like almost 18.
I got it like the second I could. I was like, I turned 16 and I was studying for it when I was 15. And then when I turned 16, we went and I took the test. But the thing is, I failed the computer test 3 times. And after the 3rd time, they were like, would you like the paper test instead of the computer one? And I was like, I would love the paper test. And I aced it immediately.
Yeah.
Which later in life, discovering that dyslexics don't actually do super well on computerized testing, I was like, 2 + 2 = fish. That's a visual joke I used to, because if you flip 2 on its side, it makes a fish.
Yeah.
Put them together.
I did all right with the computer part.
Phoebe's assassins did not get Sophie, but she is attending to personal things, so she will be back when she's back.
Yeah, I did all right on the written test, but I did fail the driving part of the driving test the first time I took it, because I was so focused on the maneuverability part of it. So I did that, nailed that, and then didn't even think about the actual part where you drive, and I rolled a stop sign. And you're not allowed to roll stop signs, I guess.
I shouldn't have gotten my driver's license. When I took my driving test, I turned too narrow, I turned too wide, I stopped too soon, I didn't slow down fast enough. There were so many things I did wrong, but she was just like, just practice more, because I had explained to her that part of I had learned to drive from 4 or 5 different people, 3 of which were truck drivers. So she was like, just practice more. And my mom was like, you're not getting the car because I only brought you today to shut you up because I was sure you would fail. And then you wouldn't be able to bug me for 6 months. And I'm like, joke's on you.
Gotcha.
Also, thanks, Mom. Just my mother's the best.
My second attempt, I accidentally sped, but the guy was just like, it was downhill. It happened. I'm like, thank you for not failing me for speeding.
He's like, you broke the law, but it's
He literally went, it's downhill. It was pretty steep. You weren't speeding that much.
Yeah, if it's downhill, it's actually safer to allow yourself to speed a little, because if you just keep on your brakes, you'll burn your brakes out, and you can.
Well, and I remember seeing it as I'm doing them, I'm like, oh, I'm going 28 into 25. He might get mad at that, but that's barely even real speeding.
Yeah. It's actually, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, at least in my state, you can go 3 miles over and you're fine. That's the leeway. You're not supposed to maintain that, but if you are going 3 miles over, it's good.
I was told by a cop in my town that you can get away with 5.
It might vary state to state.
Yeah, I
imagine. Because
it probably depends on the cop, honestly.
That's true. Here you go 5 miles over, and they're like, clocking you. Yeah. But my city is also very notorious because they will, even if they write you a ticket, that they know that that you can go to court and be like, no, I didn't, I'm gonna fight this, and you'll win. They'll still do it because you still have to pay the court cost, and they're notorious for making tons of money off of making you go to court.
Yeah.
They this one officer wrote me a citation, and when I went there, and they were like, did you do the thing? And I'm like, I did the thing. And he's like, okay, pay the citation. And I'm like, why did I have to come to court for this? Why? I didn't tell the officer I was gonna fight it.
I said yes. What do you want?
What do you want from me? Chris, I got 15 over. Like, to get your license, or in Ohio, you can technically get a ticket for 0 to 5 over the speed limit, so you can get a ticket for going this.
Cop tried to give me a ticket for going the speed limit.
Oh.
I would go absolutely insane.
Also, and I'm living proof, you don't get 5 miles over if you pass a cop doing 5 miles over. Cop was nice enough to give me a seatbelt ticket instead of a speeding ticket. Oh no, dude, in my state, no, I'll take the speeding ticket because we got that click it or ticket thing. Oh my god. You get a seatbelt ticket in this state, you might as well take out a second mortgage. They do not play. I mean, while driving, I usually go, oh, sir, don't admit that to the general public. I'm going to start the sprint now because our break timer went off a couple minutes ago, and I may have to attend to whatever is stressing out the boy. Oh, to answer the questions for the guests, Matt, you were spot fucking on.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was 16 in that photo.
Nailed it.
So
I know things. I can figure stuff out.
You know, you're like, I guessed by your sister's ages, not your fucking face, but your sister's. They looked like babies. If I was 16, they would have been 10 and 11 in that photo. My God, they do not look 10 and 11. Excuse me as I look at my sisters in that photo. But anyway, all right. I will catch up on your comments after we do our thingamathing. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're back. Did you kill it? Okay. I was helping my child figure out how to kill a monster on Skyward Sword. I was like, you gotta slice it sideways. And he's like, but it's on a hill. And I'm like, Skyward, strike it. And then he goes at the top of the hill, and I see some rocks, and I'm like, or the boulder at it. And he's like, oh.
Crushes it with a boulder. Love it.
That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, I haven't played this game in over a decade. However, I've played enough Zelda that I can very easily figure out what to do. Oh, I gotta take this down. Sophie, unfortunately, had to leave us, for she is feeling unwell. Yes, child. You found a golden sculpture? You'll find them as time goes on. He's looking at the collection screen, and he's like, I found these things, but I haven't found any of these things. And I'm like, boy, you just started playing. It's fine. No, I failed mine because I didn't know what a turnabout was. The K turn? I assume. Nah, my ticket was only 85 compared to 120 for the speeding one. Yeah, see, like... No. Click it or ticket, bruh. Cops on military bases will stop. This is so fucking true. Like... no points on my... Oh, no, you can have your license taken. Sorry, I'm so late. We had a plumbing emergency at that. Well, I hope the plumbing emergency is solved now. At least.
Here's hoping.
You're good. Hello, all. I will be dropping out due to suddenly feeling very sick. Sam and Matt, yes.
Feel better.
Matt, we do hope you feel better. As do chat. How did everybody do that sprint? I have apparently been very much neglecting the update section of my main email. I still have 450 to look at.
I wrote no words, but I did make like a stupid little diagram for this fight scene, as you can see here.
Yes, we love a diagram.
Because like I always have this problem where like I have a hard time remembering where everyone is. So I'm like, okay, I need to write this down and see where everyone is in the place and see how they're moving around.
But I'm sorry you can't pick it up. Just leave the thing be and go look for more. You'll have to wait till my next sprint for me to help you, baby. Sorry. He's like, I can't figure out how to find the other one. And I'm like, you're gonna have to wait. Woohoo! Edit 500 words. I didn't write, but am looking at different profile things similar to Linktree. Oh yeah.
It's handy.
I use Linktree. I like it. They recently gave me the ability to have headers that I can move around. I say me like it's just me. It's the free accounts. Free accounts can do the thing now. They're like, Sam needed this thing to organize, and I can't use it for much on my Linktree because it's just like social. Here's my social medias. If I tried to organize it any more specific than that, it I would be happy, but it would look rather ridiculous. So from a marketing standpoint, I shouldn't. But the worldwide Writeathons Linktree hella took advantage. It's so she pretty now. She nice. But yeah. I know there are other ones, but that is currently my ride or die. I want to pay for the like premium one eventually, but you know, they cannot rationalize it right now. So many emails, Matt. Why so many?
Emails are they're just evil. Like they're just blatantly evil. Like don't send me electronic letters. Don't do it. I don't want to hear them. There's like 5 emails I like.
A lot of these are also from the school from like January and February, and the thing is, they would email, they would call, and they would also message on the instant messenger system that the school used.
Right. It's
So
like, why you gotta spam me?
I just didn't look at the email because I already knew from the phone call. And I'm like, it's fine. I know that even with them doing all that, there are still parents who just do not get the memos for things and still call. But my brain is like, we can address that email later, 7 months later. Oh, look, we're here.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Because it's like update from Seesaw, update from Remind, Seesaw, Remind. A parent survey. I do appreciate though that because I get like most of the emails 3 times because I have 3 kids, but instead of appearing as 3 separate emails, it's just like one email and it has the number 3 and then I'm like, yes, thank you, they grouped. Like, I appreciate this so very much. I got an email that's like, welcome to this thing. I was like, what the fuck is that thing that I signed up for? Oh, I see now. Other things, I'm like, I unsubscribed from you, but I still have 50 emails I have to delete. Dollar Tea Club's like, we sent your thing. I'm like, yes, I know. I got the things.
I'm aware.
I am so aware. Woohoo! 420 words.
Nice.
Love it. I will again work on my novel one day. Well, speaking of like fight scenes and stuff, I was reminded of a fight scene I wrote for a role play. Why do I have a driving? Oh, I was driving you donuts receipt. Donuts. Need to stop looking at my emails while we're talking. Yeah, there was a fight scene that I wrote for a role play once, which it was one person and then there was a small group of soldiers who were hunting her down. Hold on, baby. And when I wrote the fight scene, they came at her one at a time because they had her circled, because that's what groups of soldiers do when they're fighting one person at a time. And in the post, she was like, back before she was turned to stone and came back to life, she was a military princess leader thing. I forgot what the title was. So she like understood that the reason they were doing that was so they didn't hit each other. So like the most they would do is 2 would come at her at a time. They were like confident they wouldn't kill each other at it. And one of the other people in the role play specifically DM'd me, and they were like, they were a huge military, like historic military buff. So they were like, I so appreciate that fight scene you wrote because nobody knows that about those. And I'm like, yes, thank you. Also, she lost. Like she beat them back, but she was fatally wounded, and then she went to a cave to die, but she was immortal due to magic shenanigans, so she like resurrected in the cave, but it was a fun time.
No, I always love it when people don't know that and they just have all the goons attack at once. I'm like, they are all killing each other. That's how that goes.
It's like, it's funny because you can go too far one way or the other. Because it can either be, you'll see everyone attack at once and you're like, and how are they not smacking each other? That's what I need to know. Or they take turns at irrational degrees.
They tag in and out.
You're like, why? Why are we
One of the minions like, it's my turn, let me go.
I love when shows parody that.
Yeah.
Yes, love. What about the past? I can't help you till my next sprint. It's when I put the timer up on screen. He's like, I don't know how to get to the log.
I
I'm
need to win.
he gives it like not to misrepresent. He doesn't ask for help immediately. He does like give it a good try and everything.
Right.
It's just he used to rage at the games and stuff and just get very very emotional. And so I'm like, baby, if it's stressing you out, just ask for help. So he's doing much better at it. But yes. But Mom, why can't you stop your live stream to come help me find the path so I can push the log?
That reminds me of when I played Final Fantasy VII for the first time. The one part I got stuck on for like 2 weeks before I finally had to find someone and be like, please just help me. Was literally just I was on a boat and I couldn't find the ladder I was supposed to climb because of the way the graphics were. I couldn't see the ladder.
I was playing The Legend of Mana, and there's this one part where I'm going around the desert, and I'm like, where the fuck is this room? And I couldn't find it, and I finally, like, after 3 hours, looked up a guide, and it's like, you go, there's literally, here's the path, there is a rock right here. So, like, you can't see the path unless you're just, like, hugging the end of it.
So
and I'm like,
frustrating. Yeah, like, a couple hours in, I just pulled up I did the same thing. I pulled up a walkthrough, and they're like, go up the ladder. I'm like, what fucking ladder?
Like, when I was younger,
another week on it.
When I was younger, I would just stubbornly spend weeks and weeks on it, but I'm like, I don't got that much free game time anymore. I need to, if it's not a Zelda, I ain't putting in 2 weeks.
I've always been pro walkthrough. Like, look, this is supposed to be fun. I'm giving it one try. If I can't figure it out, looking it up.
I like the blind playthrough first, so I beat it just completely me the first time through. But then after that, I'm like, nah, give me the guide. I want to get all the things. But like, me and The Legend of Zelda are kind of weird when it comes to things like that. Like when Twilight Princess came out, so this was like years and years ago, there's this one part where you gotta try to get past the Gorons, but they're like giant sumo in this game, and so they knock your ass out. Well, after like the third try to get to Death Mountain and getting flatted on my ass, I'm like, fuck it. I must not have an item yet, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is obviously not me. I'm not mistiming it. There was just no doubt in my mind that it wasn't I needed an item for Link. And I left, and when I leave the area, a cutscene starts, and they're like, yeah, you need, like, special boots, because the Goron's, like, a ton, and you're maybe 80 pounds wet. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fair. And but my friend, who was also a Zelda fiend at the time, like, I'm talking to him about it. I'm like, well, did you do Death Mountain yet? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, how long did it take you to figure out that you needed to leave? And I'm like, the third time my ass was knocked out? And he's like, oh. He's like, you know me, I'm stubborn. So I sat there and I tried for like 2 hours until I was out of healing items and stuff. And I'm like, bruh, it's Zelda. What the It's sir, you need items for everything. Why? He's like, because I'm like, you can't out stubborn it like that.
No, but honestly, like, I've never played a Zelda game, but I would probably do the same thing, because anytime it's that thing where it's like, oh, you have to lose. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't lose.
No, I came back and I won. I'm just like,
yeah,
I needed an item to win. So there we go.
That's the thing that always drives me crazy, is when it's like a boss fight where it's like literally unwinnable and you're just supposed to lose it. I'm just like, no, I have to win it.
I don't think there's a boss fight in The Legend of Zelda that's designed to where I lose. Excuse me. Yeah, Final Fantasy, fucking.
Yeah.
I hate in any video game, though, when I'm winning, like, overwhelmingly kicking the other person's ass, and then it cuts to a cutscene, and my characters are all like,
yeah, it's like, no, they're panting. We're killing it.
This is not how it was going. What the fuck?
You are lying. We are winning.
They're like, we've barely defeated him. And I'm like, bruh, I was at full health. No, Candy Mountain, Charlie. Candy Mountain. Shun. But it's... Oh, my child is flying loftwing. I was like, what the fuck is that? Also, so there's... I had a consultation for my back piece, right? And my tattoo artist likes Zelda. But I am not used to other people, even other Zelda fans, knowing that the Hyrule crest is a loftwing and not a phoenix. Like, the fandom just kind of universally refers to it as the phoenix crest. So I told him I wanted like a stylized version of the Zelda phoenix crest. And he didn't know what I was talking about. Really, he like tried to look up Zelda Phoenix, and he would just get images of the crest and the Firebird from Wind Waker. And I'm like, it's the crest. And he's like, oh, wait, but isn't that like Link's bird from Skyward Sword? And I'm like, Tyler, buddy, you knew?
You know.
I'm sorry I doubted you. So that was how I knew Tyler was meant to be my tattoo artist.
Yeah, that's definitely right there.
If there was ever any doubts, Matt's probably too young for that.
Yeah, I don't know what Candy Mountain is.
Yes, baby. Yeah,
The fact that it has Charlie and Candy makes me think it's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Is it?
I do not remember at the moment because my brain, the anxiety has gone, and in its wake, it has left the fog. So,
Jess, is it a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory reference? If it's not, what is it?
I'm on Google.
Charlie the Unicorn. That sounds familiar. I've never seen it.
Oh. Okay, I know what that is. That will be what Matt's like. I need to plan out a fight scene during a sprint. Well, I got other homework.
Well, now I have to watch Charlie the Unicorn instead.
Matt, our birthday is on a Monday.
Yo, is it really?
Yeah.
Yo.
There's 5 Mondays in August this time. There, the two circumstances under which there are 5 Mondays in August, I believe, is when the first, well, yeah, if the first, second, or third is on a Monday, there will be 5 Mondays in August, I think. He's voiced by the guy who does Bob Belcher, but now we gotta do something for. Yeah. I mean, if you want to stream on your birthday, I don't know if that's how you'd want to spend it.
No, we should do something.
We'll do something. It'll be fun. Birthday buddies.
Yeah,
he's voiced by. Oh, wait, I already read that.
Who is Bob Belcher?
Excuse me, him.
That guy. Yeah.
I was about to YouTube Bob Belcher, but I need to find another timer. 20-minute timer aesthetic. What is that gonna look like?
I'm getting shade for not knowing who Charlie, or having never seen Charlie the Unicorn.
Y'all.
Like.
Oh, Bob's Burgers. Bob Belcher's. Bob from Bob's Burgers. I'm sorry, you're getting shade.
It's from
Matt?
Jesse.
Oh.
It's Jesse. Jesse is the shader.
Y'all, Matt is still a baby.
Yeah. I'm a child. To be nice.
That's right. All of my apprentices are babies. we gotta pull them in young. Oh, I got a new knife this weekend. It's so pretty. Ooh, I need to send you a picture of it. Chris and I went in a knife shop, right? And these other guys are like shopping, and I hear the like salesman, he's telling the guys about the knives and stuff, which hilarious because he pulls out this one and he's like, and then we've got the redneck knife, and I look over and one of the guys looks like a redneck, and I'm like, I look at the knife and I'm just like, he's not wrong.
He nailed it.
He knows how to make sales. Well, Chris and I are looking around. The knife aficionado, I'm looking at them. I'm like, yeah, those ones have got the seatbelt cutters, which is what I need. My dad bought me one with a seatbelt cutter when I was a teenager, and it went missing at some point. I don't know how, but it did. So I wanted to get a new one. And they were Bahogo, buy one get one half off. I'm not gonna try to figure out if those letters were right. Anyway,
you just see me going.
Buy one get one half off. Oh, I think it's Bogoho, but anyway, Bohogo sounds more fun. Just
I prefer Bohogo. It sounds
pretend
like Forest
buy one half off, get one. There we go.
Yeah, it works. Bohogo.
But yeah, so we're looking at them, and Chris got this switchblade comb. So it's like a switchblade, but it's a comb. And let me tell you, the rest of the weekend, he just like pulls it out, combs his beard.
Yeah,
he's awesome. So happy. He's like, you don't understand my beard. It gets tangled and stuff throughout the day, and now I can just. And I got just a regular one that you gotta flip like this, which means I will never be able to close it with this thumb because I have such tiny thumbs. I have to use two hands. I can flip a switchblade all fucking day long, but or a butterfly knife, not a switchblade. What the fuck? A butterfly knife all the fucking day long. But you give me a normal knife, and I'm like, like I can open it, but closing, nah. But anyway, so we're talking about it, and I'm telling Chris about the knives and stuff, and I'm like, well, I think this one would be like, good and all that. And the salesman who had explained to the other like gentlemen and stuff about how all the knives worked and the safe way to hold them and stuff, he's just like, can I help you too? And I'm like, yeah, he wants this one and I want this one and he wants the comb. And he's like, okay. And he just found them, rings us up, and he's like, here you go. And I looked at Chris and I'm like, I think he heard us talking.
He knew you knew.
Well, like while we're waiting, I'm like, babe, do you know the right way to wear brass knuckles to not break your knuckles? And he's like, with the thing? I'm like, yeah, it's the same like when you're stabbing, you got to make sure the palm is there. Otherwise, the pressure can get your knuckles. So I'm like, pretty sure the old guy probably heard us. Because he's just like, they'll be fine.
He's like, more assassins. Let me arm you up.
Yes, that's right. The guy got him. Meanwhile, like he rang us up while the other two were still talking about which knife they wanted. I felt sorry for him though, because they were all like, he's telling them about the spring action, and he's like, you want this one, not this one, because this is the newer model with 2 springs in it, so it's like safer, and this one's only got 1 spring, so it can like do a thing. And they're all like, I don't know why they were discussing it back. They're like, well, are you sure, and this and that? And he's like, well, I've never opened it, but that's what the manufacturer told me. And I'm like, this poor man. Chris only fights bad hair days. That's why he needs me. I saw him using it on Roxy's hair earlier. I just looked over and he's sitting there combing Roxy's hair out. And then she's like, let me see it. And she's trying to like flip it open and stuff. And I'm like, that's how you start them young.
Bad guys show up, you whip out your knife, and Chris just has his comb, and he's like, I gotcha.
Chris like whips out his comb and just smooths back his hair, and he's like, attack wife.
Go get her.
Go get him. One day we're going to make that TikTok where it's just like my soft-spoken husband, and then it's like, talk to me. And I just come out. And
yeah.
Me. I want to do that TikTok so bad. But we should do our final sprint of the night.
Final sprint.
Oh, I gotta pick one. I know normally I let chat pick, but really I'm too unfocused to even remember to ask today. We're doing this one. This one's pretty. Also, we got new like traveling cups.
Ooh.
And mine is nowhere near here, but when we got in the car and I looked at them, I was like, the difference between my aesthetic and Chris's aesthetic, because mine was like this black marble cup. It's like black with silver marble lines through it. And then Chris's is like this blue, pink, purple marble cup. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure the people who were like seeing us buy it would have assumed the reverse.
Right.
But it's like, no. We complete each other. I'm masculine leaning, he's feminine leaning. It's fine. All right, so here we go. Wait, let me put the things up so I don't forget. The final write down.
Move my
That was
screen.
beautiful.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1.
Go.
And we're back. But I have one more screen of emails to look through for a second, so. Let me tell you, my email gets very confused between what's a promotion and what's an update.
I accomplished 112 words, which, all things considered, with it being a really big fight scene that is really hard to keep track of in my noggin as I write it, I'm satisfied with.
Cool. Yeah, I normally write them out step by step in my outline first, and then I end up streamlining it. Although, when I did that in Mermaider, I almost skipped the part that I was going to add in. If I had to restructure the entire thing, it was going to be there. And that's when he goes, Sailor Mercury bubble blast, because I found out that lionfish blow bubbles to disorient their prey, and I was like, it's gonna happen. He's gonna do it. I don't care about anything else that's gonna be in there. I just really hope it doesn't fuck up the tone. Thankfully, it did not, so we're good.
Yeah, this whole first draft, I consistently have the same problem where I outlined, but I didn't outline quite specifically enough. So I have like the big beats, but then like the little connective tissue is stuff I have to be like, okay, how do we get from here to here? So every single scene.
This is normally my outlining process when it comes to like fight scenes, right? And it's just like, and they fight, so and so get their ass beat, and then like, and then I go back and I'm about to write the scene, and I'm like, but how? And in order to avoid a first draft that's overly clinical, I just go back to my outline and I do that there. So it's like they, raise their sword and then they block it and then all these other things. And then I can just summarize the important things.
That's what I tend to do. I don't do it in my outline. I'll grab a notebook and just kind of jot down like bullet points of what's been going on. Or like how the fight breaks down, or in this case, draw a little diagram because I was having a really hard time because they're in a confined area, and I was having a really hard time placing them with everyone within that area.
I am a big fan of any and all visual references. I know when I did tabletop role-playing with my internet friends, we used a site called D20, which we could upload maps and stuff to, so that we could all see where each other was. It made things so much easier than trying to remember where everybody is.
It was so great because like I've always been like a pretty visual learner, so like even like in school, like all my notes would have these weird little diagrams in them, and so like my friends would miss a class, be like, "Can I see your notes?" I'm like, "I don't think you want to."
If you can decipher them, you're free to them.
I also like to leave little jokes for myself in notes, so it's always just like, "And this motherfucker did this," and blah 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 blah, and so I'm like, "You can't see my notes. I don't think you'd like my notes."
I do shit like that. I will fucking full on just write little song parodies in my notes. Like so many, especially Disney villain songs. I will just redo the lyrics, and that's part of my outline now. And then my sister or Fox or somebody will read it, and they'll be like, "You."
So here's my thing. If I write something funny in the notes, I'm going to remember it, and then I'm going to remember my notes, and then when I'm taking the test, there we go.
Exactly.
It's right there.
It's like there's a scene where I need somebody to stab somebody else because like they noticed that they're undercover or whatever. The outline, my original outline may go something like this, and they gotta be prepared because he stared and she stared and the dagger was there, stabby. And that's just what I will do.
That's so good.
Or like, hold on, there's a Lion King one in my current whip. I'm gonna go find it right. I know we're supposed to be wrapping down, but
But this is important.
Wrapping up? This wrapping down. I mean wrapping up. Whatever. Child, I can't come look. I need to find a thing.
We need a Lion King reference.
I need to find my Lion King reference. Vicky outline. I don't even remember which song I parodied. What are you doing? While I wait for my thing to load. Oh, yes, I see. The first thing I see is a highlighted word that says, we'll fine tune this. And I'm like, what am I fine tuning? Oh, looking up the word Lionel didn't help. I wish I could remember what song it was. That would make this easier. It's fine. It's only 17 pages I gotta skim through. This is of my bare bones. I just see in all caps, she kills the motherfucker. My outlines are amazing. I don't care what anybody says.
Outlines are so fun because people don't read them outside of your critique partners, maybe. And so you can put whatever you want in there, and it's so good.
Literally, if you are in my second or third circle of friends from like my Nexus and you want to see, I will send it to you because I think they're hilarious. And so I'm like, yeah, you gotta see. Like my MacGuffins right now, or I call them sparkly shinies, but it's spelled differently for each one. So it's like sparkly shiny, shiny sparkly. And so the Fox was just like, by the time he gets to the fourth one, he's like, I'm impressed. You are consistently finding new ways to spell this. And I'm like, they're all different.
They're different.
They're different. But Avon is like, bitch, I could hurt you. What is going on? I'm just trying to find a song reference. Also, having not looked at your outline for like 6 months and then going back and refinding all of your jokes.
Always good.
Too amused by myself.
Always love going back to my outline, and because like I've changed names around to make them less likely to be confused, but I didn't change them in the outline. So I'll go back and be like, oh, that's not her name anymore. Whoops. And have to be like, who is that? Oh, yeah, that's what she used to be named.
There's a part in my outline where it says sneaking failed, bad non-ninja. I'm like, oh my gosh. I need to show y'all. I don't know what I'm smoking when I write these things. This is one of my points. You don't need to know any more information. Just
Bye, boyfriend.
I'm too amused by myself. But also, that's why, like, when people are like that they hate outlines because they find outlines boring, I'm like, then I think you're doing it wrong.
Outlining is literally my favorite thing on the planet.
They're also not set in stone. You can literally redo your outline like 8,000 times. It's fine. It's better than having to redo your draft. Reunited and it feels so good. I write that every time my characters are reunited.
Yep.
It's probably in my outline like 5 times. I'm just trying to find my Lion King reference. That's all I want. Fox isn't here to help me either. At least he hasn't spoken in a while, so I'm gonna judge him. Kill and Ran join. I forgot that like I named after a while instead of writing Killian and Kieran, I just write Kill and Ran.
Kill and Ran.
My thing is Kill and Ran. That's their duo team. That's their duo dynamic team name. Kill and Ran. Her return. Oh, here's the dialogue. I can't read it. I just have to skim for the thing. I'm not gonna just watch me not find it because I'm trying so hard to not get caught up in reading everything. I'm so sad. I'll find it later.
Rip.
Maybe it was the Little Mermaid one. Either way, there's a song reference somewhere in here. Sorry, I saw another thing out of context. That one I can't share because it's very spoiler. But I'm like, yay, they're not dead. All right. So, everybody, that was the final sprint of the night. And as I must say goodbye to all of you,
Bye, boyfriend.
lovely boyfriends. So, would you like to do your outro?
Sure. I'm Matt Hollon. I'm a writer. I've got a pirate short story called The White Harvester. It'll maybe be in an anthology. If it's not in an anthology, I'll get it to you somehow. You'll be able to find it and read it and love it. I'm also working on my debut fantasy novel. Working on that first draft. Almost done with it. I was supposed to finish it in June. I'm not going to finish it in July either, but maybe August. And I've got some social medias. They're down there. Check them out on the old link tree. And back to Sam. And I gestured to the right direction because I'm learning.
Awesome. All right. And I am Writing Mom Samantha Nasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer parent things. On Mondays, we do live streams like this, where we're either going to do write-ins and get all of the productivity done, sometimes just play video games during sprints because my greens have been hella shitty. Or we talk about lots of fun things that I want to talk about, like the series of Sailor Moon Let's Talks I got going on, which I need to start that playlist. I should start that playlist when we're done here. If you want to keep up to date with all things Sam, you can sign up to my newsletter down below. I also post videos. I should be posting an update vlog this week. If you would like to support the channel, all the things that we do here, you can donate to the Ko-fi Coffee Ko-fi down below.
Give Sam money.
And I believe that is all the things. My social medias are also linked down below via my link tree. Bye.
See ya.